Contrary to popular belief, this is not just rap music. This is life. So I offer you right now, life. Life. For every little black child, this is life. Life. For every single parent, this is life. Life. For every brother behind bars, this is life. Hold your head.
What it is, what it do, what it ain't. What it is, UnMask'd Podcast, a.k.a. Cognac Crew. What it do is gonna do what it do. What it ain't, this ain't nothing you wanna miss. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey, a.k.a. the Barbarian. So glad to be here. Episode 62. Still here, still pressing on. 1/3 of the UnMask'd Podcast crew. Across me, I got my boy P. What's going on, brother?
What's good, man? King to a God as always.
Always blessings.
Hey, man, it's look, you know, the world keep giving us stuff. It comes late sometimes, but it keep giving us stuff. But until we get there, Spins, what's good, baby?
I'm good, fellas. 62. What a blessing. Happy to be here with you all. P, I'm gonna kick it back to you for a quick introduction to our guests. Thank you for extending that arm out.
Y'all know what I've been doing in trying to build our brand and network and whatnot.
Tell what you've been doing, man.
You know, I'm on that social media thing a little heavy, so I tapped into a Facebook group podcasting with the photo culture.
Right.
And met two amazing women, and they recently they have their own podcast as well.
Most definitely.
Kicking it with the girls, and they put up a post. Throw your YouTube link in here, your podcast link in here, and we may select y'all. And they chose us. You know what I'm saying? And shouted us out on their podcast. So
Respect.
I wanted to return the favor. So we got the hosts of Kicking It with the Girls, Nikki and Angel. What's up, ladies?
Hello.
What's going on?
How
How
y'all
y'all
doing?
doing? How y'all doing?
Bless.
Good,
How are
good.
you?
Good. No complaints.
So tell us a little bit about why you guys started the group and your podcast.
We started the podcasting for the culture because, when I got into podcasting, I was looking for Black podcasters and I couldn't find them. So we found some groups on Facebook, but those groups wasn't really doing what we were looking for it to do. So we just decided to create it, and then you guys joined. So that's what's up. Thanks for joining.
No doubt.
Absolutely. And I see that you guys have quite a just looking back at some of the things that you guys have done. I see you guys have an array of different topics and things like that. But how long have you guys been officially making sure getting on the air and also putting out shows?
Our podcast, we only started our podcast at the end of January, the beginning of February, so we haven't been doing it that long.
Right.
But we started Kicking It with your girls just because we like to talk to each other. So we was just kicking it one day. It was like, you know what, we should record this. I think it would be a dope conversation and people would tune in and be willing to listen.
Right.
And that's how we began. So,
Yep.
And if you don't mind me asking, how long you guys been knowing each other? I know, just out of
2
curiosity.
years.
Okay, a couple years. Okay. I just seemed like
Yep.
you guys had some camaraderie, and I just wanted to I just wanted to ask, just listening in,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a guest from the group on our show, Cashmere, and he said it sounded like we've been friends forever, and it's
Right.
only been 2 years.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, well, y'all keep going, keep doing your thing. It's an amazing
Absolutely.
group that you guys have. And again, thank you for shouting us out. I just wanted to bring you two on real quick, let people know what you guys are doing for the culture, the impact that you're having, and we look forward to collaborating more. And hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to do a long show. But I just wanted to bring you on to give thanks and show gratitude.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting us.
Appreciate it. Thank
Most
you so
definitely.
much.
You are very welcome.
All right, you ladies have a good night. We gonna get to the shits.
Let's go.
go.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right.
Blessings.
All right. Yeah. So let's get to the shit. Starting off, right? This is something ever since you heard the breaking story. It was Riri and ASAP Rocky and all that. They was doing their thing. And then My man's gets arrested. Now I know it's old. I know he bonded out, $550K to be exact. But I know he bonded out. But what do you think about that? Is it? You got a couple things that came with that. Obviously, he was, they saying that he was messing with the chick working for Fenty, Rihanna's thing, and then back door, here we go, arrested, bonded out. I think it's like, I don't know if it's just a fool's gold or I don't know, it's just a lot going on with that. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on ASAP, in that whole situation. Because I know the case is old, but, it's like, it's crazy all of a sudden now, all this stuff coming full circle.
I mean, shout out to ASAP, first and foremost, Henry. But,
Yeah, both of them.
I was always told as a young child, watch your surroundings. Keep the grass cut.
Snakes, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Know the people that's in your circle at all times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as being comfortable, even when they think that you're comfortable. You always got to watch the people around you.
Yeah, because as soon as things go good, it's no coincidence. All of a sudden,
Right.
like I said, yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, that's a level up. You got to expect for people to come at you now.
It's a different level now, too.
Yeah.
yeah.
You got to read.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like more will be to come. I mean, obviously he got the money to get himself out or whatever, but it just seems like it. It's coming at the wrong time for him. But
I mean,
like you
but
said,
that's
shout
just
out.
how shit goes, though, right?
Yeah.
When you're on the path, and I didn't dig into it because that ain't really my wheelhouse.
Mhm.
But when I glanced over it, this shit made me send my son a text. Be careful of curveballs because them
Right.
shits go come.
Yeah.
Left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when
no
you're
doubt.
trying to go to the next level.
No, I would agree. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's just gonna be more to come. But hope the best. I know the pregnancy. Hope all that. Everything goes well. Again, shout out to ASAP and Riri. All right, so this is where I pivot a little bit because now we're talking about some of these people that are coming into the news and all for the wrong reasons. Now, this doesn't have everything going good. Now, all of a sudden, something coming. This has been stories upon stories upon stories that have been drummed up for certain individuals, right? Most notably, recently, we talked about, and this is as a group, but as a group, and then when you see the news for, and I don't know if everybody remembers this guy, but this guy specifically, his name is Kaalan Walker. He was on, I watched the movie Superfly.
Okay.
So if you watch Superfly, he was
Right.
the guy that took over, for the big dude, all white. You know what I mean? He was the guy that took over, the skinny guy that took over in the actual movie itself.
Right.
And it's crazy. When I saw this, I was like, "What?" And I'll get to the story. But when I saw the actual story, I was like, "This is actually how this dude looked in the movie. He looked like he was fucking crazy. For lack of a better, he looked like he was off the wall."
Right.
So when I saw the story, and the story is that this guy is a serial rapist, and he has been for quite some time. And so it's been story that this guy has been real aggressive with women, obviously to the point of like no is not an option, basically. And he just recently pled guilty. So I think about it and I'm like, first of all, again, his persona to me comes off as that's the kind of guy you are. And it kind of bled over. And I, just looking at some of the stories, I know it's not a whole lot of detail, but I will say that there has been quite a few women that have come forward. And for him to actually, and again, now this is him saying, okay, here's what we have against you. I'm going to plead guilty, but I do plan to appeal. So I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that, and then also, there's a couple other stars that wanted to touch on in that same light, but just wanted to ask you guys' opinion. I mean, where does this come from? Like, you got everything you could possibly want, right? I ain't necessarily saying he's a top shelf actor or A-list actor or whatever, for that matter, even a B-list actor, but
Right.
you got some opportunities at your hand, and this is the choice. So it's like,
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how he used his opportunities to put himself in a situation.
yeah, you could look at that. He taking advantage.
Right, but I mean, just because these guys is, quote unquote, actors and actresses and things of that nature, they still regular people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Him being an actor is just his job. That's
Gotcha.
just something that he does for a living. that ain't changing the type of individual that these people are. I mean, there's numerous cases.
Yeah.
With numerous different individuals.
Right. Yeah, there is.
And all the stories are similar. From when you listen to the individuals and the people that's, have cases against them individuals. So, anytime there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, right now, they're in a situation where financially they're able to sweep a lot of it under the rug.
Yeah.
Because of their status. And they're using that to their leverage. But at the end of the day,
but
they regular people, man.
They are regular people. They are. And I would just my thing is this, like, right? And I'll let you touch base on another individual that we've been drumming up, talking a little bit about in recent news. But before we get to that part, I just would like to say, like you mentioned, they're regular people, and so they have that attitude. They've already been that before. This has just afforded them the luxury to do it at a different level.
If you're getting told no,
just stop.
Right.
Just fucking stop.
First and foremost, she don't want you.
Right.
Period.
Like, and even if you did, even if let's just say, even if she may have, right?
All of a sudden she don't.
At any point when the motherfucker say no, it's a no.
It's a no. No matter.
Walk the fuck away.
Right. If you that guy, like you say you're that guy, to any of them, you know what I'm saying? There should be an issue or a situation going to get another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the other thing. You took it right out of my mouth. Like, exactly. Like
if you if you that guy for real, it shouldn't be an issue. It should be a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, these voices.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? So oftentimes
you can't tell me no.
Well, no, when you're lucky enough to become a known figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big or small, when you're lucky enough to become a known figure, it just heightens your characteristics.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because people gravitate to what they think is something when it's really not. It's a lot of disgusting motherfuckers out here.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying? Is. So when you give a person a platform, a little bit of change, because it ain't like he a rich dude or whatever. You know what I'm saying? By actor standards, right?
I got you.
But for you to be known as a serial rapist,
serial rapist,
right. Facing life or 100 years to life or whatever,
like some crazy. Teenagers.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what
real
I'm saying?
problem.
Yeah, that's a real problem. Yeah. And if, because he's one of these dudes, I don't know if the tattoos and shit was real or that was just movie shit, I don't know. But, that, I call it the Tupac Effect. And the reason why I call it the Tupac Effect is because sometimes you play in a movie and you gravitate to a role and now you think that's you.
That's you. Yeah.
Like
really
Tupac and Bishop.
Yeah.
He wasn't like that before that role. After that role, he became the Tupac people revere.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, he was Black Medallions.
Right. Brenda's got a baby.
You know what I'm saying? He was more conscious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I call it the Tupac Effect, just to be clear. But sometimes people, it heightens your characteristic.
Okay. Yeah, that's true, and that's what I was saying. Like, as I'm looking at this movie, I'm like, you actually, that may be you. You know what I mean? Like, that's or maybe he even
wasn't hard to tap in.
Correct. And I think that's a good point. I would also say, and Trey, please feel free to jump in, but you bought it. You were the first person to bring it to my attention for sure, and I'm sure it was yours too. I didn't even really think, like, because it is this brother, Trey Songz, I didn't think that it would be eventually come to what it's about to become, and probably worse than that as time progresses. But just seeing what's coming up in his name and the things that he's been doing, and then recently I just saw a video where he ripped the girl's shirt off. And I don't know if that was old or new, but he's pretty aggressive too, and some of the things, allegations that are coming up.
Trey Songz gonna have R. Kelly looking rated G.
Damn.
What about Bill Cosby? You gonna have Bill Cosby looking rated? They about to say
those different type of maneuvers. You know what I'm saying?
So I would say, when you look at, and again, it's all alleged, right? But
Trey Songz gonna have Bill Cosby look, R. Kelly looking.
Well, there was another podcaster that said, he's very close. This person is very close to, like, some of the women that are involved in these cases, or some of the women that are involved in these potential cases. And in about it don't and there's again, this is with time as they build these cases. You don't necessarily know when it's gonna come out, but whenever it does, like you mentioned, he said specifically, R. Kelly, it's not gonna be a comparison. It's gonna be way worse.
Bro, yeah.
And that's disturbing. You know what I mean? That's really disturbing.
He been
just
dodging
because
bullets since he been in the game.
Yeah,
Like-
and I see why he ain't put out no music.
Like since he been in the game, he been having
Recently.
issues.
Yeah, I mean, this
For
is
real.
that's crazy. And then just seeing the video, and it's all a good time until after, right? And then it's like, oh well, damn, and there's no telling what happened after the fact. So it's rough to see somebody like that, especially one of our brothers being that light. For both of them, honestly. But I definitely wanted to touch on that for our.
I ain't claiming them motherfuckers as my brothers. I'm not doing it.
Oh well, hey, I get it.
I mean, I can't. So I'll be clear on that one. Them motherfuckers is on their own.
Yeah, well, I mean, like,
No,
I wasn't
No.
saying like brotherhood. I was just saying brothers, like black.
it sounded like you showed a little bit of sympathy. That's why I stepped out.
Well, hey, I didn't show sympathy for that. I definitely wouldn't do that,
Okay.
especially
All right,
when
well,
we
as long
got
as
so
you
many
good.
female viewers. That's not the case.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that's very clear. So we can transition. I definitely wanted to just touch base on that. It's very disturbing, but again, more to come. Moving forward, I definitely wanted to talk about two things, right? So we always try to put a little bit of finance into it, a little bit of entertainment, some of the things that we try to keep track of for our viewers. But then, of course, they always, I'm sure they've seen or heard. I won't even get to that part first. I wanted to, pivot to UP because I know you talked about discussing Elon Musk, what he's doing right now, having officially bought Twitter for
It's
44.
on the table.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If they haven't sealed it by the end, by the day's deadline or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, $44 billion
Cash.
for Twitter.
Yeah.
Nigga, you got that much to say?
Well, I think it was, and this could be wrong, but I saw something where he was like, okay, hey, now that I got Twitter officially, I'll take y'all ass outside. Facebook, you next. Like, basically saying we finna shut the, it's going to be hard, but I'm just saying that's what.
You about to have a account and every subscription and shit to get on
On Twitter?
Yeah, probably money.
Yeah,
44 billion? So you got to pay something.
Yeah. It ain't gonna
Shit ain't just finna be
it
free.
ain't gonna be free no more.
it doesn't bother me.
Me neither.
Right.
I'm not a Twitter guy.
But yeah.
My social doesn't extend that far. You
Yeah.
know.
No, I get you.
Some people go to Snapchat and
Mhm.
all that other stuff. I stick Facebook and Instagram, and both of them, my accounts are boring as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, 44 billion, man. It took them a minute to get there because at first they was trying to, when you make a move like that, you got to get to a certain percentage.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to move the goal line on them. And they had kickers in place. Like, okay, I think it was like 14%. If you bought 14%, then you would have had to give kickers to the other shareholders.
So you got to give a little extra money.
Yeah.
that's
I'm
that
going back to
bullshit.
what Spin said though.
What?
He said cash.
Cash. So that's straight liquidation.
Is it liquid? I don't think it's liquid.
It's got to be. It's not. I don't think it's all cash. Like you got 44 billion cash. You ready to go? And it may not necessarily
This
be.
cash. We talking a different type of money, man.
That's crazy.
That's
to the
cash.
side.
That's a different type.
It's on the. It's just ready.
different
What the
type
fuck
of
are we-
money, man.
Well, I mean, look, this
Fuck
is
with
the same
negotiation.
guy who
Fuck the negotiation.
you got a long line of people waiting to get your car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got people. There's a wait list for a Tesla. You're not going to just get a Tesla.
Nah, you definitely not.
As much as they got fucked up shit going on with them, it's little fucked up shit. But like
well,
I was
that's
telling
not really
you,
fucked up. It's what you about
they
to
all
say.
got recalls.
All the
Every
cars.
last one of them.
That's crazy.
But see, and that's how you got to watch how the media do shit because you'll hear recall and automatically you think that it's something bad. The majority of the recalls are just dealing with the entertainment part of the car. So how you can change the sound system,
Oh, okay, you're talking about the dash, the thing that they
the,
had.
the actual sound.
Okay, yeah.
Like he got something, I guess you would call it similar to like a boom box where you can make your shit sound like you got 12s in there, even though you only got the
Factory.
Some new age shit.
some new age shit. So
Yeah.
it's an update.
Yeah.
So the updates aren't working properly, but because they're not working properly, and this is an electric car,
They calling it a recall.
call it a recall.
Nah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna just say this, man. 44 billion, brother. Do what you need to do. That's a lot of. That's a lot of. That's a lot of. That's a lot of bread just to be holding.
That show ain't gonna empty the bank account.
He definitely is gonna be fine. So the other thing is, right? So we've talked about this a couple times. I don't want to put too much attention to it because we already talked about Netflix, but Netflix put a number on the loss of subscribers. And now, of course, they want to plan to monitor the amount of passwords that you're giving out and monitor those different accounts. Like, so basically, if you got 2 or 3 people, or if you got somebody, they gonna start paying you. Whoever that original subscriber is gonna have to pay extra.
But what's the number of loss?
So good point. So from what I saw was a total of last month. It was a total of 200,000 subscribers.
That ain't shit.
But it's gonna grow.
That ain't shit.
It's gonna grow.
That still ain't shit.
It's definitely gonna grow.
Netflix bigger than Facebook.
It's definitely gonna grow. Especially when they become
when you start talking about being able to map the users out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that if the sign isn't coming from like the same IP and you can tell that's not in the same household,
mm-hmm.
Then now you got issues. When they start tracking devices, because once they get you to start registering devices,
mm-hmm.
When you got to register the TVs in your house,
yeah, that's gonna be different.
When you got to register the phone, when you got to register the iPad,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be different.
Yeah,
and
that's where it's gonna start causing problems at.
Right.
And they've been slow on content.
So you took it.
They've been slow on bringing new content to the game.
And they canceling stuff on top of what's already there. They cutting it out.
All I know is they did the funniest shit I've seen ever. I want to say it was them. You know how everybody been, and we're not gonna say his name, but the dude who violated during the Oscars, right? You know how everybody been saying they getting rid of him.
Right.
Why did they leave 6 degrees of separation up there though? Where he was getting banged up doggy style. I thought that was funny. So we gonna take all your movies down, but we gonna leave the one where you getting beat up doggy style. Well, I said, this nigga, he can't win. He can't win. What they say, throw the towel. Throw the towel.
Oh, surrender. Yeah, I got you, man. Hey, listen, as a still a Netflix subscriber, I gotta say, it's not looking too good.
Yeah, I can say the same. I say the same shit.
I'll be honest with you, because I'm be honest. Like lately, I've been on it.
Probably gonna break up by the end of the year.
I'm in it
might be summertime.
Summertime, right?
Shit.
Y'all relationship with Netflix?
That's a wrap.
I'm in it till the people who have loaned me theirs get out. I don't know when my time is coming because I don't
could
control.
Be soon, yeah.
Yeah, it could be tomorrow. They say fuck it. I don't know when I go to log in.
Right,
and it says error.
That should say sign up. That's when I don't know.
All right, so I always try to get that little entertainment piece. This is something that's in the news financially, business, things like that. I got to pivot back to a couple people that we've discussed in the past. One being Mike Tyson. So, Iron Mike, y'all saw the video. If you haven't, basically, passenger on the flight kept fucking with him, and
he's still alive.
I don't know, but he was bloody as fuck after the fact. You gotta stop fucking with Mike.
He got the good Mike, man.
Y'all gotta stop fucking with Mike. Leave Mike alone.
He called the peaceful Mike.
Y'all know how he is. Not even how he is. Like, what he can do. Stop it. Gotta relax. Yeah. Especially on a fucking flight.
Ignorance is bliss, man.
Interesting. And then also, I won't say your boy, because if I say your boy, y'all gonna be like, I don't fuck with him that much anyway. I don't really listen to him or whatever.
Well, say your boy.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that, because he's not my boy. Whatever.
But he can be
I listen to his music. Yeah, he can be y'all boy. Y'all boy. But hey, the baby, back at it again. One, you said it was his artist. I actually didn't even know that, but he had the little antic backstage with the rapper. Supposedly, like you said, it was his artist. He hit him. And then it seems like he always kind of does that shit when there's a bunch of people around. A lot of video, a lot of shit trying to. It's kind of like corny at this point.
Stop nonsense.
Yeah, it's a little corny. But then, right after that, like very next day, pretty much they revealed the video. So if y'all know the baby, he was in an altercation at Walmart. He shot somebody, killed somebody. Claimed self-defense. Looking at the video, I gotta say, fellas, I don't know. I mean, I know you can't go back and and I'm not trying to incriminate nobody, but it's crazy. Like I didn't see where the self-defense came into play, but I don't know. What did y'all think?
Well, I didn't see the video, but shit, he got off. Let it go.
True.
Fuck the video now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened before the start of that video. See, we're analyzing from the part of the video that we saw.
Because it hadn't been out before.
Yeah, but we don't know what happened before that.
Yeah, but it was long enough fucking video. I'm gonna say that. I'll put that out there.
Yeah, it was long. It was
long as shit.
Video. What I'll say is, if you're gonna swing on somebody, throwing haymakers, and you connect, you gotta knock them out.
Yeah,
at least knock them down.
Make them stumble or something.
Do something. Make them feel it. Make them feel
I don't know, man. It's just I thought I'd touch on it. That part of it was interesting. I just looking at the video, I was like, wow. Who knows?
It was interesting.
But like I said, it's a good point. It's
so many sides to
it doesn't matter. It doesn't, because it's not like you can bring it back on him. So either way, I just thought it was interesting, because seeing that it was it just seems like he's always in the news for violence, and whether that's staged or not, we don't know. But it just seems like to be his kind of,
like P said, everybody want to be Tupac, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what's gonna happen is, you're not gonna be happy till somebody catch you, because somebody's gonna catch
gonna
you.
get on your head. Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be inside.
Everybody want the
They
juice
gonna
till they
get
got
tired
the
of it.
juice.
Yeah.
True.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's honestly, he puts
If you swinging on your own people, your time is ticking.
well, yeah, because that's even worse.
If you swinging on people within your circle,
But I would also say too, like, you putting, so let's just say it's, for the sake of, like, I just feel like it's a coincidence, to your point when you say like it's staged. I just feel like it's a coincidence that it's always when a bunch of shit is around. A bunch of cameras.
somebody happened to be
yeah,
recording.
Right. But if it is so that it's not staged, you're putting everybody around you in a bad position.
Yeah.
And
nobody
to
safe.
your point, yeah, it's nobody safe, because somebody gonna be gunning to get you, whether it's inside or outside. So I think it's just dangerous in this circle, for me. But I'll leave it at that, guys. Like you said, hey, he's already done that part of it.
It'll
so
be
it don't
something
matter.
else.
It'll be something soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm not talking about it no more. We don't have to. I'm just saying that was just something I thought was interesting from the video perspective, and just seeing that after the fact, just thought I'd bring that piece up. But moving forward, one last person I wanted to discuss, and this has been somebody that we really haven't gone into detail, more than likely because it hasn't been something that's really grabbed our interest, because we don't know the full details. But just seeing what's coming from Meg the Stallion, now that she officially had her Gayle King interview, which is always somewhat controversial once you go to Gayle.
Mm-hmm.
And you see I feel like it was crocodile tears. I feel like it was
She
a little
R.
extra.
Kelly.
Yeah.
R. Kelly on here a lot tonight, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk.
Couple times.
It's a lot of people that's in some interesting situations. So
Right.
I first and foremost, I just thought, now when you talk about fake Trez, I just feel like it was all that, to me, is 100% staged.
Well, when you're doing an interview with Gayle King, that already
it's
already setting up the dynamic,
production.
right?
It's a production.
But even in regards to that, like you said, I don't know too much about the situation, but how is she allowed to go and do a whole interview and talk about the case when he pretty much got a gag order? He can't even say MS.
But let me ask you this: do you feel like he would if he didn't have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like that?
Why not?
He's an artist.
I mean, he said it through his music.
Yeah, he's not allowed to do that.
No, he did. He put
Right,
out.
but he's not allowed no more.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
he got, wasn't he,
I think he got arrested.
he
or
had to go
something.
to court or something for doing that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
I believe he bonded out,
But she could go on a whole damn show. Like,
it's tough. I think I'm a fan of. I'm really a fan of Tory Lanez.
her 15 minutes. of fame
Way
on herself.
more than I am with Meg Thee Stallion.
She
And I
on-
would agree.
she
Her
on-
15
she about
minutes.
14 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's a wrap.
That's ticking, man.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, there's a lot of women that enjoy like her music or whatever, but like
Her time is,
her time is ticking.
There's a
I
lot more
would say
female
her time
rappers
is
coming
ticking.
in the game, man.
That's how I feel. I feel like her time is ticking as
Yeah.
long as the bullshit ensues.
Yeah.
And there's no real validity in what you're saying, because they was even saying like the people that was in her corner from her previous deal,
They ain't fucking with you like
they
that.
don't. There's a back and forth in that regard too. So
Well,
I
that's
mean-
from Crawford.
Carl Crawford, yeah.
Yeah, he just won his money.
I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, here we are. It's like 2 back to back. Like you got something going with your label, then it's like the shit would.
Listen, you gotta be.
Yeah, keep these circle tight, like I said earlier.
You gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You need to read when people put paperwork in front of you.
She definitely didn't.
You know what I mean?
She definitely
because once you
did.
sign, you obligated to whatever is in that paperwork.
Right.
You know,
And
you can try to go and renegotiate. You know, back to what we were saying about Kendrick, we don't know what was in his paperwork, which why it took him 5 years to come out. You know what I'm saying? You may have to go back and renegotiate some shit. But if you can't do that, you gotta live out whatever that contract says. You gotta perform it.
And if not,
or quit.
Yeah. Or if not, you know, you can't go back and talk shit.
Freddie P.
Yeah.
No, real shit.
All of them.
Yeah.
Most artists.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a lot of artists that don't break. So
yeah, most of them don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them were coming from the advancement.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, more to come, as it always is with that whole situation. And hopefully, Tori, you get to speak your piece, brother. All right, so listen, I always like to close out with something.
Hold on, let's not close out yet.
Well, it's gonna be a pretty lengthy piece. I'm not gonna lie. But go ahead. Where was you
go
at?
Ahead.
All right, so listen, Kevin Durant.
This shit. They done.
Not one game.
Slim Reaper.
Not one fucking game.
Hey man,
you can't put all of that
shout
on
out to
him.
KD. Shout out to KD.
But y'all can get one game.
He showed up last night.
He showed up last night. He showed up every game he played this season.
Yep.
Yeah. What the funny shit is,
no games. And you get swept.
They got swept.
The funny shit is the backstory, right? So, Trez, did you see Kyrie acting like him and KD go sit down with upper management?
Right. I heard, yeah.
He didn't include the coach.
Yeah, he said we the coaches.
He said everybody but the coach.
He said everybody but the coach.
So so they don't like Steve.
He didn't even mention his teammates. He just said, and you know, a few other guys we got on the contract. But other than that, KD and the owner and the general manager, we gonna figure out where we go next.
What moves we need to make?
What?
Yeah, y'all tripping. And that's exactly. Come on, man. Are we really? I mean, I'm gonna say this, man. I was disappointed. I'm not really a huge KD fan because honestly, I feel like, what the fuck did you leave Golden State for? For that?
We'll see.
For Brooklyn?
We'll see next year.
Yeah, to create his own.
But he's okay.
We'll
so now, what we gonna see?
We'll see next year.
What's gonna happen?
I guarantee they won't get swept in the first
round.
round.
Okay, that's.
I don't even.
You
know
shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have happened this year.
I mean,
I don't even know if that team will look the same.
They're gonna look like a real
team.
team.
That experiment's over.
Nah.
That shit's done.
The experiment never happened.
No, it didn't. He has a point because I think
I disagree.
On the he has a point. Listen to it. On the radio, they said so far over this time frame, they were scheduled to play 250 something games together.
They play like what 40?
They played like 50 something games.
Okay, that's still an experiment that didn't go on.
It's not a true experiment, man.
How the hell is it not an experiment? And they had the players.
Listen, man, and I hate to do this, right? Because motherfuckers do certain shit for a living, right? And they know how to work data.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to work data. Is that enough data to tell you that it's going to work or not?
Listen, I'm not telling you that it's not enough data. I'm saying they tried it. An experiment is putting something together and seeing how it pans out. The shit didn't work.
Also, in an experiment, don't you have to have a time frame to see if it's
yeah, but 256 games, whatever happened didn't happen. The stars didn't fucking align.
They had 56 games. I don't even think it was that many.
They didn't expect. Who's to say that they knew that these motherfuckers were gonna do what they're gonna do in 56 games? Like, who knows that?
You had a pandemic. They didn't expect the pandemic.
Didn't work, man. Sorry.
You know what? You're right. Keep that same energy for football season.
That's all I'm thinking right now.
Keep that same fucking energy.
I'm here for all of it.
Come football season.
Because y'all experiment ain't worked yet either then.
In 26 goddamn years.
Why ain't y'all broke it up?
Hey, man.
They do. Every season they break it up.
Listen, that doesn't discredit me as a fan. I know there may be some shit that I don't agree with. It may be some shit I like that y'all don't.
Man, you gotta
That's
stop
my team.
Man.
You act like I'm not finna fucking go for my squad. So I'm supposed to sit up here and change up? No.
You understand your squad, but you don't understand other people's.
All I'm saying is it's an experiment that didn't fucking work. Y'all want to argue me down and it wasn't an experiment.
It hasn't happened yet.
Whatever. Hey, I agree to disagree. I'm okay with that. I'm just saying the shit didn't work, in my opinion.
We'll see next year.
We'll see.
All I got to say on that is I got
Hopefully they don't
Golden
get
State
swept
in the
again.
Finals.
Huh?
I got Golden State in the finals.
They're gonna be a tough. They're gonna be a tough out.
I got New Orleans beating Phoenix in the first round.
That's gonna be hard because
I'm with you on that.
Book out, yeah, that's gonna be tough.
I'm with you on that.
That's gonna be a tough. And if I don't know, and I don't know the whole thing about Zion. Like they showing the motherfucker warming up, but what are you doing?
He's playing next year, man.
Yeah, he's done this year. He's Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Just let him sit.
Hey, real quick, hold on.
Let him sit.
The Ben Simmons shit. Listen, I'm not listening to shit else about Ben Simmons. Get the fuck out the league.
Why?
Bye.
They're paying him.
Get the fuck out the league.
Come on, man.
If
You're a little too harsh, man.
Get the fuck out.
You're a little too harsh, man.
Man, stop that shit.
My advice to Ben Simmons is, you better be ready next year, man.
One would hope.
Especially if you're on the.
You had enough fucking time.
If you're on the Nets, like you better be ready. You better be looking for like defensive player of the year next year.
To do something. I wouldn't even have your ass on my team, but that's just me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. P, you had something for us,
I
man?
do have something. I'm a tap in the trash because I woke up to something disturbing this morning. A gentleman by the name of Crosley Green out of Brevard County. Am I saying it right, Trez? In Florida?
Yeah.
All right, so he was convicted of murder, and then it turns out that he never did it. He served 32 years. They finally let him out. But what's going on is he may have to go back. And the reason he may have to go back is because the federal court overturned his sentence, but they're saying that they skipped going through the state.
Yep.
So this is why he may have to go back to jail, even though everybody knows he didn't do it.
Oh, man. Thoughts?
Yeah, gunshot, sunshine. What the fuck are they doing in Florida?
I will say this before I know you finna jump in. That's your state. I will say this: there's a lot of southern states that will play that card. That you can't. You can't just skip state and then go federal. If it's federal, it should checks and balances should. But there will be people that play that card. The reason why you don't hear about it a lot is because some people won't spend that. They won't waste their time. Some states won't waste their time. I want to know why. I mean, you may not, nobody really may have that answer, but I just want to know why. But I'll let you talk about that.
Like you said, nobody probably really knows the answer. But what I do know, just from my experiences, is the court system is hella corrupt. So
very much so.
Even when you beat a case, it's almost like it's so much behind the door shit. It's like your lawyer's making a deal with the judge type shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing a favor for a favor. So somewhere, I don't think that somebody slipped up and fucked up somewhere. Some money, something didn't happen.
Hey, man. So
this is all about money, man.
I woke up to this on the news.
This is all about money.
And the cops from back then was saying, we told them he wasn't guilty. But they just wanted to prosecute somebody.
Yeah, because it was the reason why he got off because the prosecution was
right.
Yeah, it was some bullshit.
Or he got to go back in because somebody else is about to get out.
Yeah, but go back in for what?
Man, it's the system, man.
Once you in, it's hard to get the fuck out.
He's home now.
Yeah, I mean I know, but I saw the story and I'm looking at it like they really about to try and indict him.
How long he been out?
He's been out.
Not that long.
No, he ain't been out.
No, not that long.
Like maybe 2 months.
Maybe 2 to 6. So let's say somewhere like that. It's been some time, and again.
So with that, you ain't out of the system yet.
Should he have been exonerated? I feel
this is where the president should step in and just, hey man, here's your pardon.
Yeah, he's shaking hands.
He handed out 3 today, didn't he?
I think he handed out. I don't know about 3, but I know he did hand out 1.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're up there handing out pardons,
he ain't giving him 1.
Hey man, he's shaking hands with the air. We don't fucking know what's gonna happen next.
And on a side note, I don't know if y'all saw, but Kamala got COVID.
I did see that.
You ain't never outside. How the fuck you get COVID?
Wow.
I mean, she in enough places, I guess. Probably the wrong
this
place.
Shit crazy, man.
Wow.
It's always interesting, man. I will say, hey, I took a little bit of a detour. I wanted to go through a lot of like quick topics just because I felt like, it was some shit we needed to kind of talk about. I feel like moral of the whole show, be careful. Make sure you dotting your I's, crossing your T's in everything you do. It's getting crazy out here. So for all our viewers, man, continue watching. Thank y'all. And like I said, be careful. Trey, what you got for me, brother?
Yeah, man. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. That's what I was always told. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're making moves, you know what I'm saying? Don't let everybody know the moves that you make. You got to move in silence. Like,
This is true.
That's just the reality of life. A lot of people that you think's happy for you ain't really happy for you. They praying on your downfall, even though you don't know that, or they waiting on their way to come and get you. So, definitely be careful. Watch yourself, but don't let nobody stop you. Keep pushing.
Yeah.
I like that. P.
Hey, man, I second what Trey say. Only thing I got is I'm looking forward to next week. We're going to have an amazing guest next week. I think you guys will be excited. Mother's Day is coming around the corner. And it made me look at the calendar kind of forward, Trez. So, we always get jerked on Father's Day. You know what day Father's Day is, right? It shares the day with Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just Father's Day this year.
No, it'll just be Juneteenth.
It's gonna be Well, I always have a good Father's Day.
No, me too. But I'm just saying, from a national standpoint, the mothers that try to get, because they try to take some of the father.
I didn't even know Juneteenth was on a Sunday.
They got 2 days this year. The actual day is on Sunday, but they're going to also observe it because, now it's a national holiday. You get that day off. They're going to observe it on Monday. So what kind of bullshit is this?
So it's going to be a party all weekend.
All weekend. And they off on Mondays?
For what?
Because it's a national holiday now.
Yeah. So you get to stay out a little later.
Juneteenth is recognized like MLK.
Sunday fun day.
Columbus Day.
Oh, they already out of school, so.
Yeah.
Interesting. More to come. Hey, but I am looking forward to that guest on the heels of Mother's Day. So thank you for bringing that piece up. Hey, as always, thank y'all. Continue to follow, like, share, comment, subscribe. Check us out on all our platforms. Until next week, to the left of me, it is
Trez.
And to the right,
Hey.
this D Spins. We out.
Bless.
Life. For every little black child, this is life. Life. For every single parent, this is life. Life. For every brother behind bars, this is life. Hold your head.